Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV here at Titusville High School. I am Narf. That is Bill. That is Cindy. How's it going, guys?
Narf, huh? Is that the name?
I think that's a new one.
It's backwards Frank.
What is
Where's
the K silent?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Narf.
Knarf.
Yeah.
No.
You're Knarf.
Well, the K would be silent. Just
Nacar.
like,
Why?
just
Like
you don't say knife.
Yeah, but you do say.
You don't
what's
say.
his- what's
You don't
his-
say knife.
Give me a word that starts with a K.
I'm really trying. I am.
I do say knife.
I
sometimes,
also don't
but-
want him to have this satisfaction,
Right.
but
Yes.
I
I pronounce
Wow,
I
that
knife.
is
think
rough.
he does.
I do not want him to
Knigget.
have the satisfaction. That
So
hurt my
what
one
else?
feeling just
Kite.
a little bit.
Kite.
There's no N.
Well, there's no. That doesn't have to be an N. So is the K N or the K is always silent?
I
It
think
is,
so.
yes.
I think we just pieced that together.
Lord.
Yeah, that's why I'm Narf
Yeah.
and not
No.
Knarf.
I hate English.
Oh my garage. So wow. There's this thing going on the studio set today where it seems like we're all somehow matching. It more often than not, I'll say 75% of the time, you guys somehow have some kind of telephopical thing going
Easy
on.
for you to say.
And somehow you guys always match. I don't know.
No,
how it
we
is.
don't match.
It's your ESPN.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing I told Cindy is I always say to myself, it's Wednesday, don't wear blue.
Yeah, see,
because
I don't
of
think
the
I
blue
ever wear blue. You guys have a couple times.
I wear blue sometimes and I'm like I blend it into the curtain and it's bad, you know. It shouldn't happen. If you know anything about television, you shouldn't match the backdrop. And this is why I wore this. Why did you wear green?
Because 90% of my closet is black, blue, or green.
There you go. And that's true. The other thing we get is black.
Mhm.
If we both wear black at the same time. Yep. But yeah, and green.
A good 70% is blue. So I'm very limited.
There you go.
what I
And
can
mine
wear
today
on
was
this
very
show.
opposite of that.
Yes, yeah.
And I just happen to remember I have a green shirt on underneath the orange shirt. So
And then you brought it out. Now you match all of us. And then our guest is wearing green as well. So
that's true. That's true.
yeah,
Now, y'all planned this whole thing, and I respect it.
we did.
I
We
respect
did.
it.
It was
Yeah.
it was a
I got nothing else going on, Frank.
yes.
Just-
It's a conspiracy.
Oh,
We did
Lord.
it.
Yeah, well, hey, if this is the biggest conspiracy of the day, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, there you go. We're all right.
All right, you guys ready to jump into this?
Yep.
So today on the podcast, we are blessed to be joined by a second-time guest, Mr. Romeo Crouch. Romeo, thank you so much for being here.
No. This is actually his third time. Because
isn't it?
we called him the one time.
We
called
did.
him.
We did call
we
you.
called him.
We did.
Good catch there.
Yeah.
toward
Wow.
toward
Okay,
the
second
end of the
time in
show.
studio, third time on show.
There you go.
No joke. I think you were the first third-time person.
Yes.
I think
There
you are.
go. Ooh.
I'm honored and blessed to be here for the third time. So
We're honest and blessed. We are blessed to have you here, buddy. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on with you since last time we talked to you, because it would have been the last time we talked to you. I know you had been away in Europe playing basketball. Tell us some about that.
Yeah. So last time I was in studio, I was getting ready to go pro. I went to Spain. It was a great time. Played for 9 months in Spain. Learned a little bit of Spanish. I forgot all of it, just a little bit. But
So how much of the Spanish that you learned was relative to food?
yeah, that was all. That was all my
I was
Spanish.
going to say that would be
As long as
mine.
I can order my food at the restaurants, I was good to go.
There
So
you go.
that's all my focus was. Pretty much anytime I went to public, it was going to a restaurant. So Spain was great, but if you don't use it, you lose it. So
That's true.
That's exactly what happened to me. I came back home for the off season, and then I went to Slovakia. So I spent some time in Slovakia, and that was a very different experience than Spain. I just learned how to say good morning, good afternoon, thank you, please, those type of things in Slovak. But that was it. But my season was cut short because I had a pretty bad injury in my knee. So I tore my ACL.
Wow.
So every basketball player, pretty much any athlete, it's up there with ACL and Achilles. These are the two things that you want to stay away from. But unfortunately, I got injured. But for me, I got God on my side, and I got pretty good perspective on all of that. So I feel really great about where I'm headed and things I'm doing. But ever since I left Slovakia, I decided to go back to school to get my MBA. And to do that, I had a good deal with Embry-Riddle, where I graduated from, and I coached for this entire last season. And it was a great experience. I wanted to see if coaching was for me, and I don't think it is. I think my patience is a little bit. I need to work on that, So
that's one way to do it, isn't it? That's one way to do it.
Yeah, so,
That's very insightful, though, to be able to say that.
But it was a good experience. I got to use my my knowledge of the game to connect with the younger generation, and I was blessed by it. But I think I'm ready to move on. So, gonna see what's in store for me going next.
So my first question would be, what was it like going from over here to playing basketball in two different countries? Because I imagine the game is very, very differently played over there. I mean, it's the same rules. I imagine the same situation. You're still dealing with a 10-foot high rim, but I imagine they play very differently in both of those countries from what you see over here. Yes.
Yeah, very different. But there are different rules. So, for example, you can hit the ball off the rim once it touches the rim. So that's a big rule in Europe.
Wow.
So it's a big deal. So you got a lot of 7-foot guys that are over there. And as soon as it touches the rim, you do a layup. There's a lot of points that I should have right now. Let's just put it like that. So
on defense, they're just knocking it out.
Yeah. So they'll defend you. But then as soon as you put the ball in the rim, if it's not a clean make, there's a chance that that's going to get hit out of there. So
wow.
But it's a lot more physical, I would say. And you're dealing with some grown men who've been playing professional basketball for a very long time, so they're smart and they're strong and physical, and the whole time they're going to be speaking a different language and letting you hear it. So
wow.
So,
holy moly, man,
that's good stuff.
That's crazy.
So do you learn to recognize when they're talking about
oh
you?
yeah, you know it. You don't know what they're saying, but you know what they're saying.
Oh Lord. So what's the transition been like now that you're back over here and going to school? How's that all going? How is school treating you?
Pretty good. I'm actually getting pretty burnt out on school again.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm not a big math guy. I'm doing corporate finance right now.
Oh my
gosh. At a master's level, and I'm like, man.
Business calc?
Yeah, well, I haven't taken that one yet. I just got done. I did business accounting and then economics, and then now I'm in corporate finance. And I'm like, man, can we just get like a leadership class or organization?
Break this up.
Like let's do something else. But it's been good, and then piecing that with coaching, as well as piecing that with I've been doing consulting work for entrepreneurs. So I got a couple things going on, and then I decided to get a newborn puppy. So, well.
What kind of dog did you get?
I got a long-haired mini dachshund.
Long-haired mini dachshund.
And dachshund can be pronounced a couple different ways. I like to say dachshund, dachshund, however you want to say it, wiener dog, hot dog, but that's what I call it.
It reminds me of a word called knife or knife.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I was thinking when you were saying that, I was like, Omer? Like, how would you say Romeo backwards? Omer? Is that how you say it?
Yes, it's your hidden name. You just
Yeah,
never knew it was backwards. It was there.
There you go. Okay.
Lib.
Yeah, lib.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Lib.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you've got this amazing camp you've been doing. This will be your second year?
Third year.
Third year. You've been doing this for quite a while, and it's called Raising Everyone's Confidence. It's an event you do here in Titusville. Tell us about what kind of led you to doing this in the first place, and what it's like. What's the purpose behind it? What do you guys do? Tell us all the things.
Yeah, for sure. So I was born and raised here in Titusville, and growing up here, there weren't a lot of resources for younger kids in our community. There weren't a lot of mentors, and they probably were, but I wasn't aware of it. So for me, I didn't know that there were greater things outside of my immediate circle. So this is something that I've created to basically help the younger generation with, for one, mental health, confidence, self-esteem, and then also we want to help with substance abuse. So within my family, there's a long history of substance abuse, and there's a long history of mental health. So as far as, anxiety, just the things you have to deal with in life. And at a young age, if you don't learn how to deal with those things, it can really affect you going into your maturity and just your development as a person. So I developed this camp in a way that we do both things. We do basketball, but then we also handle these things that really, really matter. and we teach basketball in a way that teaches these things. So it's a way that I learned it, and it was effective to me, and I'm now being able to give that out to the kids and our new generation. But I'm not able to do everything, so I've partnered with Brevard Prevention Coalition, and they help with substance abuse in the youth. But they've also partnered us with Vive 18, and Vive 18 goes all around the country, and they do these really entertaining presentations for the kids from the same age groups that I do, 6 to 11, 12 to 16. They make it very engaging, entertaining, the things that they love to hear about, the opposite of boring. So we got a magic show for the 6 through 11 age group session. And then for the 12 through 16, all the kids like hip hop nowadays. So we have a presenter who's going to basically, get that common theme there where they can engage on a more personal level while also learning that health is cool, right? Staying away from being sober is cool. There's these different things that these kids are not used to hearing. So we're just trying to introduce to them a lot of different things. And as well, we're going to teach them some basketball. So it'll be really cool.
How do you feel like this camp has evolved from the first one to now having your third one? It's had to have had some major changes. You've had some major changes since being here the first time you've been here to now.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's been awesome to watch you do all this stuff, and this is something that's vitally important to our local area. That this is something I hope you're doing for many years to come.
Absolutely, I'll continue to do this until I can't do it anymore. But this is something that has grown at an exponential rate. To be able to partner with Brevard Prevention Coalition and Vive 18 and the different partners around the community that we have, as well as bringing professional athletes in, community leaders, it's grown a lot as far as the organization of the camp to where it's effective and we're not boring the kids on a 6-hour camp each day, because it's hard to keep a young kid's attention for 6 hours, right? So we've gotten more efficient with the way we run the camp. So it's grown, and we're going to continue to improve and continue to make partners around the community, because there's a lot of great people in this community that I didn't know, and we're continuing to be introduced to these people, and we're going to continue to add them to, as long as they got the same mission and vision as us, we're going to keep adding to it, and hopefully it'll affect the youth in a positive way.
This is awesome.
It's so amazing for especially young boys to be growing up in a world where there are positive role models that they can look at, that are cool, that are still, somebody that they can aspire to be, that is normalizing a conversation about mental health. We didn't have that just when I was a kid.
It's not a conversation that people are usually comfortable having. It's
Yeah.
great that you're having that.
Absolutely.
It's the uncomfortable conversations you want to have a lot of times. That's what you grow from that.
I know, and I'm starting to figure it out now at 26, right? So if I would have had this when I was younger, going into college, I feel like my life would have been a lot better. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and the thing that I'm realizing that I'll tell the kids at our camp, but you don't have to be perfect, right? And I think that's a huge part of our message. You don't have to be perfect, right? You just being a human, that's how you can relate to everyone else. That's what makes you you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to speak correctly. I may stutter a couple times on this podcast, right? I may I'm going to mess up, but putting that pressure on yourself, it only creates anxiety. It only creates a lot of, you compare yourself to other people. There's a lot of different things that come with it. So I'm going to reiterate that to the kids at the camp, and let them know that you're perfectly how you are. Just continue to give your full effort, and that's all that really matters.
I know you were talking a little about your injury you had that's, you think leading you a little bit away from basketball. As just like you as a person of faith, I think the good Lord gives you stuff like that to focus you more toward other things. And this is very well probably one of those things.
Absolutely. That's why my perspective on it has not been negative at all. I got injured, and then the next day I was smiling, because I'm like, God, He has a plan for me, and I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just going to continue to go as He leads me. So I'm excited about the future.
Tell us a little bit about a couple of your mentors that have helped you along the way. I know we've had one of them on this podcast before, but tell us a little bit about them and how they've helped make all this stuff come together for you.
I've had a lot of great people that have came into my life. Tara Gibson is one. She helps out a lot around Titusville community with All Black. That's our nonprofit, and she's helped pretty much teach me the professionalism outside of basketball. She's taught me how to be a professional in basketball. So those things that I didn't know coming out of college, she's pretty much taught me how to do that, how to do a resume, how to really present yourself in the best way, right? And then we have Coach Ritter at Embry-Riddle. He's the guy who's taught me how to be more of a leader, taught me how to be all the gifts and talents that I have inside of me, how to really use that to affect and pretty much have a better impression on the people around me and lead them in the right way. So, and have no ego about it. So I have some great mentors around me that I feel I'm honestly really blessed to have.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about this again. It's raising everyone's confidence. You have 2 sessions. You have one on June 5th.
Yes. June 5th is going to be the first one, June 5th and 6th.
Okay.
From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then June 13th and 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the second session will be ages 12 through 16, with the first session being ages 6 through 11.
That's going to be chaos in the most awesome way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it is chaos. And Titusville YMCA is where we're going to be doing it. It's not the biggest gym in the world. So we're going to cap it out, unfortunately, at 50 to make sure that we keep the quality. Because if we go over that, I'm afraid that we may lose some of the quality and the message may not be received the same way. So that's going to be something that we will be mindful of, because we want to make sure each kid that is able to get to the camp, they have the best experience.
So what do you think's next, Romeo? After all this, once you get the MBA, you want to start your own business? What are you thinking about? You have to have a couple ideas.
Yeah, so doing my work this year with consulting, helping young business owners, especially it was at the college university, helping them start their business. It's inspired me to start my own businesses. So I'm basically going to get into business somehow, whether it's real estate, whether it's pushing a service or a product, or partnering with different companies, whatever it may be. I don't know what it is. God's going to lay it on me at some point.
That's right.
And we'll figure it out. But I'm just going to continue to have a positive mindset on it all and continue to lead and help as many people as I can along the way.
The doors open up for good people. You know what I mean? Good things happen to good people, and man, you just can't thank you enough. Yeah.
And they happen when you can act on them.
No
like
doubt.
Right now, you can't act on anything. So if something shows up,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of wasted. And so it comes when you're ready.
Yeah.
But meantime, while you're waiting for that, it just seems that it's not the best.
Yeah, we're going to just keep getting ready in the meantime.
Indeed.
Preparing ourselves for whatever it may be.
Yeah, the further you get through the degree, the better that's going to be too, because you're going to have
Absolutely.
more and more knowledge about it. And you as you said, it's kind of all in the perfect timing.
Yep, exactly.
Well, Romeo, thank you so much for joining us and chatting about this. Tell us one more time what this is called and what it's doing.
Yeah, so it's Raising Everyone's Confidence Basketball Camp, and it's going to be the June 5th and 6th and June 13th and 14th. This is a free camp. I repeat, a free camp. So please
Cool.
sign up. There should be a graphic on the screen, and if you use that QR code, you can sign up on there, and it's going to be a blast. We're gonna battle self-esteem, confidence, and substance abuse, and basically it's going to be a great experience for them to learn basketball, but learn how to grow up and be the best version of themselves.
Yeah, we will have a copy of this in the graphic for when it gets posted, and if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be right up there for you. Romeo, super appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here. I know it was a little bit of a hike down here for you, but
no problem.
Man, really, really appreciate
Just
it.
a rock's throw.
Indeed. Bill, Cindy,
Yes, sir.
I think it's time to call it a Wednesday.
Okay.
But nobody knows we're doing this on Wednesday, so we won't tell anybody.
No, they don't know that.
Nobody ever knows. Nobody
They
ever
don't
knows.
know that.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into the EEARSS podcast, produced by Terrier TV here at Titusville High School. You can learn more about EEARSS over at EEARSS.org or .com or alligatorrobb.com. They all go to the same place. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Just ears with an extra E and an extra S. EEARSS. Don't overthink it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you all next week. Bye-bye.